it's JoJo here for another story. Today, I'm going to tell you the story of the three little pigs. There were three pigs, and they were getting a little too old to live with their mommy and daddy, so it was time for them to go off on their own. They got some money, and their mom and dad said, you need to build a strong house and take a lot of time doing it because you always need to be your best. So off they go. Do, 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 do. And this little pig doesn't really want to spend a lot of time on his house because he wants to go play with his friends and go to Chick-fil-A. And so he just finds some straw and he builds his house. And he's done. Here's his house. And off he goes. The second little pig, well, he wants to spend a little time on his house, but he still wants to watch some TV. He wants to watch PJ Masks and some other shows. So he builds his house out of stick, and he builds it, and his house is done, and off he goes. The third little pig, he wants to build his house nice and strong because he knows it will take a lot of work and a lot of time, but he wants to be safe and do the best job he can. So he gets brick and he starts building his house. It took him a very long time, but after he was done, he had a nice, strong house made out of brick. The little pig in the straw house, he had just got back from Chick-fil-A. He was very full, and so he wanted to lay down on the couch. So he laid down, and then he heard a, what's that? He said. He heard it again. What is that? And then he realized it was a big, bad wolf. And he said to the pig, little piggy, let me in. And Piggy said, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. And he said, then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. And the straw flew everywhere. And so little piggy was so scared. Little piggy ran over to his brother's house and knocked on the door. He said, let me in. So they're inside the house now. And then all of a sudden, they hear another knock. Let me in. Not by the hairs on her chinny chin chin. Then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. And the wolf huffed, and he puffed, and he blew the house down. And the pig was like, oh no! And they ran into the woods till they came to the other brother's house. They said, let us in. There's a big bad wolf after us. Hurry. So the big bad wolf comes, and he says, little pigs, let me in. And I said, not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. He said, well, then I'll huff, and I'll puff, and I'll blow your house down. And he huffed, and he puffed, 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 and he couldn't blow the house down. So Mr. Wolf went off into the woods, and the three little pigs never saw him again, and they all had a house made out of brick. The end.